Negation in German is the concept that changes the meaning of a phrase to show an absence, contradiction, or denial. Negation nullifies words and sentences and shows they're false by adding a negative. German negation is mainly built around two words, nicht and kein, but other words and structures also exist, considering that kein is modified in every German case. The German nicht is equivalent to the English not, so it negates verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and specific elements of a sentence. The placement of nicht depends on what is being negated. To negate an adjective or adverb, nicht is placed before the words, like ist nicht müde. Sie fährt nicht schnell. Nicht is also placed before a specific or prepositional phrase. Ich gehe nicht zur Schule. When it comes to verbs, nicht is placed after a conjugated verb or at the end when negating the whole sentence. Ich komme nicht. Du isst nicht. Wir trinken nicht. When it comes to verbs with separable prefixes, nicht is placed before the prefix. Macht die Tür nicht auf. This is how nicht works in German, but unlike in English, where a negative contraction can be made, German doesn't have any contractions. After learning nicht, it's important to understand kein, which can mean no, not a, or an, and not any. Kein is a special German negative word because it negates nouns solely with indefinite articles or no article at all. When looking at German indefinite articles, we can see that the cases and declensions of kein are exactly the same as ein, eine, etc. The pair of words are both used before nouns that are not well known, but the difference, aside from the letter ka, is that the affirmative indefinite articles introduce singular nouns while their negative versions negate nouns that can be singular or plural. This is the purpose of kein and its negative modifications, so it's very important to understand how kein gets modified in every case. I already made a few videos about German declensions in the articles, and I would advise watching those videos before understanding the declensions of kein. As I said previously, kein has the same changes as ein, only with the letter ka, so let's see how kein fully works in context in every case. In the nominative, we use kein when referring to the subject of a sentence, considering that the case is the dictionary form of nouns. The nominative also answers was, wer, and its negation with kein in every gender and number looks like this. A masculine noun will use kein. A feminine noun will use keine. A neuter noun will use kein, and plural nouns will use keine. As I said, kein has the same declensions as ein, with the exception that the affirmative cannot be pluralized, because it's only used for singular nouns, while the negative can be plural. Some examples are kein Hund bellt, keine Katze schläft hier, kein Kind spielt draußen, keine Leute sind da. As you can see, the English meaning of kein will be no and then a noun, so that's how kein works in the nominative with every gender and number. In the accusative, we use kein with direct objects, so kein will be modified like the affirmative ein in the case. The accusative also answers was, wen, and its negation with kein in every gender and number looks like this. A masculine noun will use keinen. A feminine noun will use keine. A neuter noun will use kein, and plural nouns will use keine. Some examples are Ich habe keinen Hund. Ich sehe keine Katze. Ich finde kein Buch. Ich kaufe keine Äpfel. As you can see, the English meaning of kein will be not a, which can also be not any. So that's how kein works in the accusative with every gender and number. In the dative, we use kein with indirect objects, so kein will be modified like the affirmative. The dative also answers was, wem, and its negation with kein in every gender and number looks like this. A masculine noun will use keinem. A feminine noun will use keiner. A neuter noun will use keinem, and plural nouns will use keinen. Let's not forget that the plural dative will add an extra n to nouns that already don't end in n or s. Because German relies on declensions, n is added to dative plural nouns, but only if the plural form doesn't already end in n or s. Some examples are: Ich gebe keinem Hund Futter. Ich helfe keiner Frau. Ich gebe keinem Kind ein Spielzeug. Ich spreche mit keinen Leuten. As you can see, the plural Leuten receives an n because the noun doesn't already end in n or s. In this case, the English meaning of kein is no and then a noun. So that's how kein works in the dative with every gender and number. In the genitive, we use kein for possession and relationships between objects. So kein is modified like the affirmative. The genitive also answers wovon, von wem, wissen, and its negation in every gender and number looks like this. A masculine noun will use keines. A feminine noun will use keiner. A neuter noun will use keines, and plural nouns will use keiner. Some examples are: Das ist das Haus keines Mannes. Das ist die Tasche keiner Frau. Das Ende keines Spiels ist spannend. Die Namen keiner Schüler sind bekannt. As you can see, the English meaning of kein is no and then a noun. So that's how kein works in the genitive with every gender and number, considering how the case adds s to nouns. In general, this is how kein is used in the cases, but other German negations need to be known. German has the word never, nie, or niemals, which, like nicht, goes after a verb. Ich gehe nie ins Kino. Ich habe dich niemals geliebt. Likewise, it's possible to say nothing. Nichts. Ich sehe nichts. Also, we can use nobody or no one. Niemand or keiner. Niemand war da. Keiner hat das verstanden. In this negation, it's important to understand that keiner is not a declension that comes from the dative or genitive. Keiner is actually a pronoun meaning nobody or no one, functioning as the subject of the sentence, which means that it's nominative. Moreover, it's significant to know how to answer yes or no questions with negations. Since the responses can only be ja or nein, we'll focus on nein because it's negative. In German, questions are always formed with a verb, subject, and other elements, which makes the inverted sentence structure. Although it's similar to English, German questions directly start with the verb, unlike in English, where the auxiliary verb do or does starts a basic question. In German, there are two ways to answer yes or no questions: simple answers and full sentences. Simple answers can be as simple as saying nein, like kommst du? Nein. Hast du Hunger? Nein. While such answers may be naturally short, it's not practical to speak German like this, so it's better to answer with full sentences, like Lernst du Deutsch? Nein, ich lerne nicht Deutsch. Magst du Fußball? Nein, ich mag Fußball nicht. Hast du ein Auto? Nein, ich habe kein Auto. To further understand full sentence responses with nein, we can look at modal verbs that also put the verb first while keeping the infinitive at the end. Some examples with nein are: Kannst du mir helfen? Nein, ich kann dir nicht helfen. Müssen wir gehen? Nein, wir müssen nicht gehen. Darf ich hier sitzen? Nein, du darfst hier nicht sitzen. Willst du etwas essen? Nein, ich will nichts essen. When it comes to negated answers, it's important to know that German doesn't have double negatives to reinforce negation, which is similar to English. In a question like siehst du etwas, the correct negative response would be Nein, ich sehe nichts. No, I see nothing. It would be incorrect to say ich sehe nichts nicht, I don't see nothing, because German doesn't have double negation. In conclusion, this is how German negation works. We use nicht, not, to negate verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and specific elements of a sentence. And we use kein, no, not a, an, or not any, to negate indefinite nouns in multiple cases, genders, and numbers.